of the Mind Flayer.
Welcome to Theatre of the Mind Flayer, a D&D play podcast set in the homebrewed world of Jacale. We've got 2 DMs for some reason, which can only mean twice the fun. So sit back, relax, and enjoy your time at
Theatre of the Mind Flayer.
Welcome to Theatre of the Mind Flayer. Cap, cappuccino. Cap, cappuccino. Cap. That's
That's a great tune.
It's a really good tune. Who sings that?
catchy.
Who sings that?
I actually sing that.
That's
would you
Caleb
believe?
Dowdall.
Hello.
How you doing?
I'm good. Very good.
That's good. You probably saw on our social media that a handful of us went and saw Caleb sing and play live.
That's right.
Strip off, and it was fucking sick pickies.
Our gig in the Biltmore. Maybe a bit bittersweet, Jake. Was it seeing us up on stage? The party you want to jump up and do some drumming, or
Not really.
No?
No, your new drummer's sick. Really
shout
good.
out to Gavin. He actually is an incredible drummer. He's so good.
I was telling you that time signature change that you do in the chorus of.
Yeah.
Is it cappuccino now or?
There's a few of them that we change up. I think it's not cappuccino you're talking about though.
Would you play second?
The cat.
Cat.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
New name as well.
Yeah. He's really good. He's like he's got like a jazz drumming education background,
you
so
want.
he like really knows his shit.
That's
you
like
know.
Fern as a bassist.
But see, the
Fern's
thing
like
is now-
orchestra trained.
So slowly but surely, I'm feeling like more and more inadequate. Like, as we get these new members who know an awful lot more than I do, and I'm just going cappuccino.
You got the stage presence. You got the stage presence.
Thank you.
That's very true. You're hearing the dulcet tones of. Well, first of all, I always say the dulcet tones of Hercules Maze.
Ah, God, hello.
How you doing? Good. We have Michael Briganti.
Hello.
who's also there at the show.
I was there.
We
Yeah,
had a
I
good
like the toe song.
She won't lick my toes.
Yeah. She won't blow my nose. That was a weird lyric, but
Yeah, but she won't lick my toes is fine.
yeah, she won't blow my like. Who blows someone else's nose?
Well, like it's
Gently.
It's a metaphor. It's a metaphor, Michael. You know, I don't actually want someone to blow my nose.
It's not Caleb's fault that you don't get the
Like a
complexity
neti pot?
of his
Oh,
You'd have
lyrics.
thought the song called Toes actually had layers.
May I
you know?
quote?
Yeah.
May I quote Caleb's songwriting once again? What is it? Lazy feet, lazy hands.
Oh,
Crazy feet,
crazy
crazy
feet, and
hands.
crazy hands makes me feel like there's a plan, and that has meaning as well. I'm not going to go explain it because that's a bit.
Listen to the Sweet Pomelos on Spotify. We have Daelyn Lester-Serafini.
Hello.
We are at the beginning of a very, 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 very long recording day. It might not be long at all, but because we might as well announce it now so people can savor the next few episodes. We are losing Daelyn Lester-Serafini for the
I know.
for an indefinite amount
Michael's
of time.
the only one I didn't tell because I hate it. I know.
Daelyn's heading off to another country to chase some dreams and do some tattooing, and it'll be fun.
It'll be good.
And you may get little tasters of Daelyn. You may get little mouthfuls of Daelyn throughout the time that Daelyn's away, because we have some fun stuff saved up there that Daelyn may or may not have been in charge of.
I feel like I'm going on sabbatical. Like I feel like I'm like going away and then I'll just be coming back. You'll be back. You'll be back.
Maybe maybe
Never
not.
know.
But I will explain why they may hear more of your voice in a moment. Danielle Butlin, how you doing?
Good. Yeah.
That's good.
Pretty good.
That's very good. Are you happy to have your best friend from
Yes.
overseas here?
Yes.
Yes.
Stacey Lavender is here
In the house.
literally.
Somewhere in the house.
She's hiding.
Yeah. And we have Luke Sykes
Oh, she's underneath me. Hello.
running, scuttling under the tables. How are you doing?
Good.
How was Japan? We already said this, didn't we?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Japan's good still.
Still good?
Yeah. Thinking back on it, it didn't get worse or better. Just
Good.
stayed the
Oh, it
same.
didn't get better. Okay.
Yeah.
When I think about Australia, it just gets worse. Shout out to all the Australian listeners.
Patriotic, Jake.
The reason why we may hear a little bit more of Daelyn here and there is because we are proud to announce we have a Patreon. Theatre of the Mind Flayer Patreon. That's right. You can subscribe to many different tiers that will give you many different benefits. The lowest of which will be a bit of a shout out, early access to episodes, and we have a private Discord community that you can chat to the cast, chat to each other. That's where we'll also do Q&As and things like that. But some of the higher tiers are going to have very special prequel episodes of the podcast where you will learn a little bit more about the lore of the world, the lore of certain NPCs.
Maybe some backstory.
So
Dalen's
you
got
may...
a 50-page backstory that I'm pretty sure we only got to one page. So
Just going to read it out.
14.
One page so far.
I read it all today. 14-page backstory.
That was like an exercise for me. No
Not
one had
double
to read
space.
it. No one had to look at it. That was just-
Here's what happened with Dalen's backstory. Dalen was like, here's the basics, but I'll add to it bit by bit. I was like, okay, cool. So occasionally I'd check on it and it'd be like 4 pages, 5 pages. And then I was like, well, I might as well check it. 14 fucking pages? And it's great. It's like a full
keeps
novel.
going.
But yeah, our Patreon has a number of different membership tiers, all named after some of our favorite NPCs. We have Bucky's beginner bailman price. We have Pip's practical price. We have Quadina's quintessential quorum. And we have Pierupe's pious patrons. I can't even fucking say it myself. But yeah, jump on our Patreon and support us. We love all the support that you guys give us, whether it's listening, whether it's downloading, whether it's like Luke or some parents of ours who just press play and turn it on mute so that they don't have to listen. But we
I do that.
but you're missing out if it's on mute. I'll just say that.
You are missing out. Yeah, that's true. That's very true. That's enough of me talking, Caleb. You got a trivia treat for us.
Oh, I do. Welcome to this week's episode of Trivia Treats. The scrying spell allows you to see and hear a particular creature you choose.
It's already tasty. I can see it.
According to the 5th edition rules, what happens if the target of your scrying spell is on another plane of existence?
It doesn't work.
Incorrect. Kind of incorrect.
Kind of incorrect.
I'm not actually entirely sure. So
Yeah, I saw your face go there.
I got 2 guesses.
Do
here.
you
I was called out last week, so I was like, I'm coming with some hard ones today.
do you take psychic damage?
No.
Okay.
Good guess.
I believe there is a percentile chance that it doesn't work.
That is
I think you have
correct.
to roll for it.
What is the percentage? There's a percentage chance that it won't work.
23.
No.
I was thinking 23. I'm gonna go 32.
No.
Ah.
I'll tell you it's lower.
15.
That it won't work or will work?
5.
That it won't work.
25.
That's it.
Or that it will work. What did I write?
That it will work.
Will it work or won't work?
That it won't work.
This is similar to like the teleport spell, right? Where you have to roll
Yeah, there's
depending on how
percentage.
well you know.
So
That it won't work.
there's a small percentage chance that it won't work.
7%.
No, Wizards of the Coast only does in 5s and 0s.
5%?
5%.
So it's 5% that it won't work?
Yeah.
That doesn't seem
that's pretty good
very
What's
like
the point?
it'll
I don't know.
work.
Well, they then have to make a save.
Because then isn't there a save? I'm not too sure. Actually, I
There's a
should have done more
wisdom
background,
save.
but there's a save then, and I think you can also then determine more if you have like a piece of clothing or an item
Yeah,
belonging
yeah,
to
yeah.
that person. So there's lots of
Yeah,
other
like-
things that
like
go on top
teleport,
of that.
but yeah.
But it's an extra 5% chance it just will simply fail if the person or being is not in the same plane of existence. So
I thought that was very good.
thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Does it reveal what plane they're in if it works?
No.
That's been this week's episode of Trivia Treats. And they're going to get harder as we go.
Yes, I like it.
You guys did work it out, though. You guys collectively...
Team effort.
Team worked it out. Yeah.
Fucking hell, Mike.
Wow.
Shut up. On mic, shut up.
We don't see that on the blog, do we?
You get this voice.
A well-oiled machine on the blog.
I'm so happy. Fuck shit.
Fuck. Well, speaking of getting harder as we go, I'm only going to get harder as we play this game today over the next handful of hours. Let's play some. Hey, I almost got through a whole intro without being disgusting. So
I know. I was shocked. I was waiting with bated breath.
I'm still waiting for the disgusting part.
well, when I say hard,
It's not disgusting.
well, if you describe it intricately,
Please do.
No, no
That was your moment,
encouragement.
Caleb.
Leader of the mind flip.
In our last session, you made your escape from the ancient dragon turtle, but not before taking considerable damage to your ship. You decide to sail somewhere close by to fix up the Twilight Jester, and in the meantime, Azorith played a strange game of cards with Quadina that somehow resulted in a soldier named Elpin appearing on the ship and swearing his undevoted loyalty to him. Full of surprises, Quadina also informed Agenar that there was seemingly an invisible floating orb around Safirith. She hinted that it might be some kind of scrying magic or something of that like. While this was going on as well, Force was making deals with the Kobold who runs the crow's nest.
So what did I promise him?
You promised him a turtle shell
Your
in exchange
first
for
baby.
an upgrade for your shield. That was the deal that you made.
Now you just need to have a little baby turtle and just take its shell
Pop it
away
out.
from it.
While Etterath was resting off a lot of levels of exhaustion.
Resting off?
Resting off.
I believe it's called gooning. It's called
Resting
gooning.
off is exhaustion.
It's called gooning.
Yeah, you're with me.
It's just
You're
the
with me.
pause
Yeah.
that kind of like.
Resting off sounds sounds naughty.
Which brings us to
Rest off.
tonight on the
Rest
ship.
better than you can. Watch this.
Which brings us to tonight on the ship with Safirith's past seemingly maybe catching up with her. Take it away.
Do your job.
Take it away, Jake.
Go, peasant.
Entertain me.
We're going to start with Fibbers, I think. A conversation between Fibbers and Cotton Eye Joe.
Cotton Eye Joe, it'd be a lovely night to sail. Cotton Eye Joe! Despite the fact that the ship be falling apart, it does be good to be sailing the high seas. Cotton Eye Joe! I've always been jealous I haven't had a pirate like ye. Cotton Eye Joe! But one day I'll be captain myself and I'll have me own little feathered friend. Isn't that right, Cotton Eye Joe? Yes, Fibbers, it sure is.
I was like, I'm pretty sure he can talk.
Sometimes.
When he wants to.
Oh, man. I can't wait for the solo podcast of just you and Cotton Eye Joe. As
It's gonna be
the...
part of the Patreon.
Exactly, yeah. Behind the paywall, there's a sample.
$50 and you get that.
Look at you.
You're going to kill us if that's what they think they're getting. As the night kind of floats on, as you make your way further down in a southeasterly direction, away from Bokt, kind of towards Fianna, heading closer towards the strange volcano down south that you've heard of. You, Force, would hear the little Sorensen, the little kobold, tinkering away up in the crow's nest. You would hear the little bit of ting, 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 and like a and like fuck, ting, 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 and he seems to be working away at your shield there. As this is happening, Safirith, what are you doing?
I think I went down to the bunk already because we were all going to sleep. So I was, Safirith went down and was trying to go to sleep, kind of restless, and not even because she doesn't sleep, just almost desperately trying to sleep and shut everything out.
Mm-hmm. Excellent. As you try to sleep and shut everything out, you would hear a voice. You would hear, you disappeared there for a second. All I got was mist and poor reception. Glad you're back. You look good. Come home. We'll work it out.
Does it feel like a message, or like it's coming from somewhere else, or?
It feels like some sort of arcane sending.
And she just knows she won't sleep at all, so she gets up and goes and walks along the deck.
You don't reply to the message?
No.
You would hear another one that says, fresh air's good for you. Good thinking. I'm here if you want to talk. Let bygones be bygones. Could really use you back here. Lot to clean up. Lot of things moving.
She still says nothing.
Okay. You would get a final message, a final sending. It just says, be that fucking way then. I see you. Speak soon. And that's it. Force, you would see Safirith kind of walking up to get some fresh air there. As you walk up to get some fresh air, as that voice disappears in your head, the ring around your neck feels heavy on your chain there. And you would hear the familiar voice say, you could run. I could hide you. Just say the word. Studio. Just say the word. Sorry.
Everyone's trying to fucking call me. Don't they say do not disturb on? Just go. She starts fiddling with the ring and just like kind of pacing at the end of the deck, and she looks agitated. Like if anyone saw her, it's just like the most. She's normally pretty calm, like she's got a
Safirith.
fuck. Jesus.
The one-time force roll stealth in his entire life is just to scare Safirith.
What the fuck are you doing?
Told you I was going to start sneaking up on you.
Jesus Christ.
Get you ready.
I will stab you by accident if you do that again.
That's fine. Can't sleep?
No, more than usual.
No more than usual or no, comma, more than usual?
No. No, comma.
Oh, okay.
More than usual. The usual not sleeping. I am doubly not sleeping tonight. Jesus Christ.
I mean, probably should by the sounds of it, but no, why? Keep me company then, because I'm going to stay up, see what this gnome's going to do to my shield.
You're having him tinker with it for you?
Yeah, I want to see what he can do. No, he's not a gnome. Kobold. What that kobold can do. Sorry. Yeah, I just, why not see what happens? Get power, I can get it. Be fun. By the sounds of it, he's going to put some sick force machine in it that pushes people away. Some bass on it.
Something good.
Something good.
Can I ask you?
Go on.
No, you first go.
I was going to say, what's that? What's that thing you're playing with around your neck?
You've seen it before. It's a ring. It was my grandfather's.
Gotta keep those souvenirs.
I don't know. I wanted something to remember the moment I stabbed him. I don't know, just something to remember why I can't let myself become what he was. But apparently, I got a whole lot more than I bargained for because there's something else in it.
What do you mean there's something else in it?
I mean, there's something else in the ring. There's I don't know if it's a god or a creature but there's something that's there, and it showed itself to me a while ago, and I think it's giving me some of the magic, some of my magic, some of it.
So you couldn't do any of this stuff before you grabbed that ring?
I could do some of it, little stuff. I mean,
this is why we need the improv games, Jacob.
to get out all this shit. It's a warm up.
We're 40 minutes into fucking however many hours we're going to do. We are cooked already.
Oh yeah, baby, cooked from the start. No, I could do some of it because of tiefling shit. Depending on who your family line is, you get some inherent abilities, and
well, that's fun.
Yeah, I mean, it's why my grandfather was interested in me anyway. It's why he was interested in my mom. He wanted to keep her around, have her take things over because she had those traits. I did too.
So what's the ring doing? Like, does it talk to you? What does it say?
Yeah, it's it told me to run. It told me I can run, that it'll help me run.
Okay, this is, seems like it's trying to save you, to be honest. Give you power, take a run.
Yeah,
run where?
It said it could give me
Do you
power.
just want to run?
I've been running for a really long time, and I'm scared, but I'm also really angry. And I think maybe she's just baiting me.
She?
You asked who I was running from.
Oh, right.
She.
She's not the one in the ring, though.
No, that's something else. It's godlike. I don't know if it's God, but it's some other being.
Well, we seem to be in the habit of releasing gods. Why don't we try and release what's in the ring? Do you think that'll go down well?
I don't know if I can.
Let's repair the ship first.
One god.
It's more than I've done in real life.
I don't know if I can, but I'll talk to him about it. I get the feeling that he could give me more, but I would have to give more. I don't think any of this shit comes for free.
What have you given already?
I don't entirely know.
Oh, that's always fun.
Yeah. Very smart and very good at making excellent decisions.
Whatever. We all kind of seem to have that trait about us. That's, I think, why you fit in.
Yeah. We're all a little reckless. in our own ways, except for Agenar. Agenar is just the one thing keeping us alive at this point, probably.
Honestly, she should probably be telling us what to do. But
Oh, I know.
She's very nice, isn't she?
oh, Jesus.
Oh,
Fadina
God.
appears beside you both, kind of staring at you with these large, semi-vacant eyes.
You are the one. You can see an orb.
Looks up above
Wait,
your
what?
head.
There's an orb.
No, not anymore.
It's gone.
For now.
Should we be worried about this orb?
I think I know what it is now.
Do you know what it is?
It looks like an orb. If it looks like an orb, it smells like an orb.
Was it an orb?
Tastes
smell
like an orb. It's probably an orb.
Did you lick it?
I haven't had a chance to lick it now.
Well, next time I'll lift you up so you can lick it.
Please?
Okay.
Yes.
Let me know how it tastes.
I will.
Good.
I had
It's blood.
I had a feeling it was scrying, and I
Yeah.
got a message that confirmed that. So
From the ring?
no, not from the ring, from my ex-girlfriend that killed my whole family.
Oh, yeah, busy night. You've been going downstairs for 10 minutes. What are you doing down there?
I was just minding my own fucking business, and apparently every entity and thing from my past decided to call in. So it's a telethon. It's a fucking telethon.
You don't
Here we
like
are.
sleeping, do you?
No.
No,
Do you sleep?
not really.
What benefits you got?
Benefits?
Yeah. When's the last time you slept?
Oh, 3 nights? 4 nights?
Oh, let me know if you keep going.
No, I'll sleep soon.
Okay.
I get too tired and I can't move.
I mean, that's part of it. I asked for something that would make sure that I could always be alert and able to see if something was coming for us. And then I didn't need to sleep.
Constant vigilance. Very important.
Yeah. I don't know.
I don't know why you chose that, to be honest. I like sleep. But I'm trying something, so I'm going to stay awake tonight. Keep me awake, will you?
Okay.
If I, just keep me awake.
Sounds good.
I don't know if I'll be able to.
It's at this point that Sorensen kind of calls from up top of the crow's nest. You look up. As you look back down, Cordena's gone.
Oh, how does she do that?
Sorensen
I don't know.
kind of pulls his way down the mast there and kind of lands. Gives a real big yawn. He's like, "Oh, right. So it looks like I've done something. I'm not sure what. I put a little thing on the front and banged it in there. Try it on for size."
Slip it over my arm.
As you slip it over your arm, it pops back out like it always has. With Sorensen
So what's new?
and Safirith standing near you, it bumps the AC by 1 more. Instead of +2, it's
Oh.
now +3.
Yeah.
And as Sorensen steps away, it drops back down. You have what is known as the Pariah's Shield.
Okay. That's I have to have a kobold near me at all times.
You got to strap a kobold. You got to strap a kobold.
Yeah, we don't have enough characters in our party.
Strap a kobold.
Someone said, how much did he pay you? I might double it.
No, easy. I get a good wage, and if you get me a nice little home to stick on my back, then yeah, we're good. We're sorted.
I'll see what I can do, to be honest. This
Please
is quite
do.
fun.
Yes, I did what I could. I'm not sure how. Might be a little janky, but give it a crack.
Safirith, I'll pick up Sorensen by the scruff. Attack us.
Oh,
Just
okay.
anything, just do it,
All right,
quick.
okay. I'll try and hit him with my staff.
Okay, yeah, go ahead and hit force with your staff there. Have you got your shield equipped?
Yep.
Excellent.
Does an 11 hit
And I
you?
hold up Sorensen in front of him. Douche.
Jesus.
Well, I guess it worked.
Yes, perfect. You're welcome.
Thank you.
Yeah,
I'll
yeah,
find
yeah.
you that total shell without any blemishes
Of
this time.
course, I need to do a nap, please.
Okay. Do you want me
so-
to throw you up, or are you going to go downstairs?
Oh no, I'll go down the stairs and sleep. Thank
Okay.
you. No, thank you.
Put him down.
So your AC is with the shield. It's 19. If you have 2 allies within the same vicinity of you, that'll jump it up to 20. 19. So your shield is 19.
Yeah.
Your AC is 19 with a shield.
Yeah.
When you have 2 allies within 5 feet, it'll be 20. When you have 4 allies within 5 feet, it'll be 21. If you have 6 allies within 5 feet, it'll be 22.
Yeah.
Fuck off. I want that shield.
But it must be out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you just got to stand near me all the time, and then I have things that I can do.
All right, fine. I guess I'll just be a supporter in your little cult.
Yes, I got that. Welcome to. Damn, I got to name my religion. What should I name it? I feel like this is kind of a wake up the rest of the group kind of discussion. It's a brainstorm that we kind of
It
need
is
for
the
this.
middle of the night. Just because we don't sleep doesn't mean we should take that away from everyone else.
All right, fine. Maybe we should be useful and go sit in the crow's nest.
Yeah, all right.
Okay.
Hold for ourselves up there.
Yeah, you climb up to the crow's nest there. You spend the evening there, Force, as awake as possible. As you watch the sun begin to rise.
Azorith would probably wake up early to try and catch a sunrise.
Okay, we'll come to you in a second. Force, can I go ahead and get a D6, please?
This one. That's a 6.
Excellent. 6. And can I get another D6, please?
Oh, no, that's a 4.
A 4. You can add 4 to your charisma, please.
Yes.
Ooh.
Do you need me to do that?
Yes, please.
You big boy, need to do that.
Please, I need you to help me.
Wow, that's weird. You look more attractive in this light. That's fucked.
The morning light is the best light. Don't know if you know that. It just
what is up
reflects
with
off
you?
the gold off my shell, I think, to be honest. Because the little halo over the top.
As we come to the morning before that sun begins to rise, Azorith, you awaken to Sir Alpin standing right beside you. Turns to you and says, "My liege,
Were you there?
You're awake.
Were you there the whole time?
I swore to protect you. Of course
Do
I
you
was.
not need sleep?
I don't need sleep. I just chill out for 4 hours.
Oh, okay. So you're a full one.
Well, I mean, I come from the same land as you. No? Maybe I'm slightly more pure-blooded than you, as most knights are.
Well, if you don't mind, I'm just gonna.
I'll accompany you. Yes, of course.
Please, no. You can stay here and just watch. Make sure no one tries to disturb anyone down here.
Make sure no one tries to disturb anyone down here. Shall do.
It's so literal.
Bangs the spear on the ground, his shield against his armor, and stands to attention.
Nazareth is just gonna go up on top deck and go to the bow of the ship.
Yeah.
Sort of wait for the sun to rise.
Okay. As you step up to go to the bow of the ship, there's someone already at the bow. You'd see Quadina there, just standing there looking out over the bow. She'll turn over her shoulder and look at you and be like, "I was just getting done." Kind of steps out and gestures for you to take the just before the bowsprit to stand at the front there.
Thank you, Quadina.
No problem. It's wonderful this time of morning.
It is, yes. Just sort of turn over to let her pass.
She doesn't pass. She stands there.
Okay, I'll just go to the edge and then just kind of keep an eye on her until they leave.
Yeah,
You say goodbye to a friend and you both walk the same direction.
She, as you look out over, she says, "Are you looking for something?"
No, I just I enjoy sunrises,
Right.
and it's been a while.
It's been a while.
I thought you said you were getting finished.
I am finished. I'm just getting started on something else.
Oh, okay.
She's just staring at you.
Is that something else here?
Almost done.
Right. Can I insight check?
Absolutely. Give me an insight check.
I don't even know what she's doing. 16.
16. She's just looking at you like blank-eyed. She reminds you a little bit of possibly the way Pierre-Rup would kind of get a little bit dazed and just kind of stare out wistfully. But she's kind of more focused and just staring at you. And then she goes, "Well done," and walks away silently.
Oh, God. I make the weirdest friends. And then Azorith will just kind of rest his elbows on the whatever railings are intact.
Very little, but yes. Your ship is 19 hit points out of 300. As you lean on the railings, a little bit of it kind of goes and snaps a little bit, and you go, shit, and you shuffle over a little bit more. With that, you have all completed a long rest, if you wish to mark that off, except for you, Force, if you want to add a 3rd level of exhaustion, please. I think I can do that for you as well. Okay. Excellent.
Some things myself.
You, Etterath, can remove a level of exhaustion and that previous buff that you got, please. As you awaken, can I get a handful of D20s, please? I'll take them in the order that they come.
16.
16.
19.
19.
20.
Oh, God. Okay.
That's
Any
good.
more? Or are we good?
What did you get? One more.
It's got to be good, right? It was a natural 20. I didn't add anything.
12.
Fuck.
Okay, so as you awaken for the morning, the rain is lashing down, but it is now lashing down at a bit of a sideways angle. The wind is picking up.
It's raining sideways.
One of those filthy... Inside out, 5 miles away! Was that Ollie?
Yeah. Oh, Joan Umbrella Ollie had one. What happened to it?
Inside out, 5 miles away. Yeah, the rain is lashing down on an angle. Captain Aureus is up there at the wheel. You can see that the first mate Elric is kind of like trying to deflect some of the water as they're trying to navigate through, and it is very poor visibility as you move on through there. What would you guys like to do as you get up on this rainy, stormy morning? And can I get a D8 from Michael? You rolled the nat 20.
I can do a perception check to help look for anything in front of us.
Yeah.
1.
Oh no.
That's amazing. Perception is 19 plus 5, so 24.
Okay.
Jake looks very excited.
So, with the 24, you're up in the crow's nest with Safirith at this point. And as you're looking out, you would see in the distance very, very light kind of like red coloring as you head south, kind of southish off your right-hand side. You would see the volcano. You would see a number of the archipelagos, the islands littered about. You can hear the Captain Aureus kind of saying, "What looks like the best one to head to? Fibbers, you got any idea what would be the best one to head to? Have you seen Cotton Eye Joe? Where's he gone? Cotton Eye Joe! There he is.
Captain, Whistle Cove be close by my homeland.
Whistle Cove. Didn't realise we were heading there so quickly.
I thought that was you were setting me up for
No, I just wanted to chat to you, but we can go to Whistle Cove. I've always wanted to visit Whistle Cove.
I hadn't been prepared, but sure, look, let's go and
Let's head in that direction and see what happens, because I've got a funny feeling things might go a bit awry. As he kind of spins the wheel away from the volcano there, you, Force, would notice that not too far away from you appears to be timbers, driftwood and things on the water through the lashing and the storm waving. Not too far from one of the rocky kind of islands there, like remnants of a ship or a dinghy or something there.
Captain, I see some debris in the water ahead of us there. It looks like a ship or a pier or something.
Do you see any bodies or anything? Anyone need saving?
Not that I can see. DM? No, I can't see anything.
All right. Who's DM? We'll pull past anyway to see what's going on. And
maybe there's a spare mast or something that we need to repair.
Heads around that way. We're going to be real careful. One bad knock and this ship's going down, so we got to be really fucking careful. As the ship kind of drifts ever so closer, Agenar, you would feel an odd, a very odd, almost buzzing in your bones, in your feathers, like a rippling of something. Agenar, you'd feel it first, and the rest of you would start to feel it soon thereafter. The rest of the crew are kind of looking at their hands, looking at their arms. They're feeling this weird, almost pins and needles all over your bodies. The waves start to kind of lap against your ship, and as you drift closer towards this shipwreck, as the waves lap at your ship, the front end of your ship starts to kind of blur, almost like the blur spell's been cast on it. And as the front of your ship starts to blur, it crawls along towards you, and your vision and everything starts to blur. As everything starts to blur, you blink as if you've got water in your eyes. As you rub your eyes and blink, you would open them, and you're in a frosty Arctic ocean surrounded by ice. You would see the enormous mountains of Neodract in front of you. The blur would start to come again as you rub your eyes. You open them, and you find yourself in the middle of these littered islands, these undiscovered islands somewhere north of Bokt. The blur would come to you again. You'd rub your eyes, and you find yourself in the middle of an enormous lake. A lake that 3 of you recognize very, very well. The blur comes back to you, and you rub your eyes frantically. As you rub your eyes frantically, there is a popping sound, like a... And can I get one of you to roll a D100 for me?
I'm not rolling shit.
All right.
Yeah. Oh,
Are you
no,
gonna do
no,
it?
no,
You go for it.
no,
You go
no,
for it,
no,
Daelyn.
no, I'm-
Come on.
You roll one.
Come on, Daelyn.
No,
You roll
it's
you
your
roll the
day.
tens, I'll roll the singles.
It's your day.
okay. All right.
You're rolling tens, I'll roll singles. Cool. That's a 5.
2.
25.
25. With a 25, the blur would come back to you, the popping. For a split second, your ship kind of disappears from you and reappears, and you would see what looks to be an enormous cliff face that seems to head off into the skies, into the stratosphere, surrounded by cloud and mist. You would recognize the coast of Tortui that heads around to the bottom of Severe. You would see dozens of ships off to your side there, seeking refuge from the enormous dragon turtle. You would see the city of Oyer far in the distance, peeking up. You can see an area that looks to have a dozen or so tall towers. You are looking upon the landscape of Severe, and as that dread starts to fill you, you pop and disappear, and you reappear, surrounded by dozens of littered islands. You find yourself in an ocean that is cold, chilly, your breath frosting in front of you. The captain barfs and goes, "What the fuck? What was that? What just happened?" Sorensen immediately runs up the mast to where you guys are. Just, excuse me. Pulls out that and starts to look around. Sorensen, where are we? Working on it, Captain. What's everyone doing?
That wasn't just me, was it?
No. That was like portal shit. I don't know. We're somewhere else, I think.
Did anyone recognize where any of those places?
What? I can't hear you.
Well,
How are you talking to Etterath then?
we're coming down.
Etterath was talking to us, I think.
Everyone, get together.
Did somebody feed me some more fish? Because that was not...
You would hear in your mind, Azorith. Just testing out this new message cantrip I have, sir. There appears to be a bit of commotion down below. Should I come up and protect you?
Sure. Yes.
On my way!
I say to my head as well. Did anyone recognize any of those places? What?
Did anyone recognize that fucking feeling?
Not the feeling, no, but...
Would I be able to somehow, like, just having inherent magic in me, would I be able to sort of recognize any of what that felt like?
Me again.
Yeah, you can go ahead and make an Arcana check if you wish.
With all the magic that he's just got inside his body.
All the natural.
I'm just so great at magic.
I'm just so good.
I was like, why is my strength 3? That's Alpen.
Applying for an advantage.
15.
With a 15, this feels like some sort of almost abjuration-like effect. Like your ship had been affected by the stormy waters that were happening there, and that somehow your ship was bamfed around a little bit, teleported around a little bit. It is something on the scale of which you've never seen before, that level of power. And with a 15, you could start to deduce that perhaps after seeing what Milan and McLear has done, Briganti trying to pull through, that this might be another act of some sort of deity. But as far as you can tell, you've just been bamfed around the ocean and you've landed somewhere cold, leading you to believe that it's probably north somewhere. But the captain seems to not know where they are, and Sorensen is trying to figure it out.
Can I, coming down the crow's nest, I'll have a little look around for any perception, see if I see anything unknown, enemies or anything, or boats or people or whatever. I got a 14.
14. Looking around, there doesn't seem to be any danger. You can't quite see.
Oh, I should be at disadvantage. 11.
11, yeah. You don't notice anything in particular. You do notice that you're kind of in the middle of dozens and dozens of islands that seem to be peppered around. Some of them no bigger than this room here. Some of them about the size of a city block. Very, very small islands peppered around. As you kind of, your ship kind of moves through, the captain very, very carefully, they trim the sails immediately. The captain very, very carefully navigating between this estuary, this ocean that seems to wind between these islands here. Sorensen would look at you and say, I think we're in the north. That's all I can tell right now.
It feels like it. It's cold enough to be. Captain Janita, any eyes on water to see any obstacles? Because that's about all I can do right now.
I wouldn't mind eyes in every direction until we figure out what's going on here.
Oh yeah, I'll head down. I'll go to the port side. Sure.
Excellent. You head to the port side there. As you head to the port side there, what's everyone else doing?
I'll climb down and just kind of go over to Azorith. Did you, for a second, we were in Safirith. Was that me or was that?
No, we were close.
Like right off the coast, right there at the cliffs where you.
Yeah, I could see Or, and I could see the ships from there as well.
Okay. Yeah,
I don't think we're there.
No,
now, though it's too cold. I think for this time of year.
No, but above that, I don't know. The only traveling I've done is between Safirith and Bocht. Is there ice around it? Like, is it? It's not Arctic.
Doesn't appear to be Arctic levels of cold, but certainly colder than you've felt.
Okay.
We could be above Safirith or above Neodrak, but I'm not really sure.
What's the sky like right now?
You make a perception check or a nature check. It's up to you.
17.
17. Right now, it's relatively clear. You do see clouds moving quite quickly, and the wind is pushing you at a rather decent speed, hence the trimming of the sails. But it seems quite, because of the sheer kind of collection of the islands around you, there's no big kind of swell, no big swellies. It's all just wind buffeting your sails and looking around in the sky. Like a semi kind of overcast sunny day, you know? Yeah.
So would I be able to judge where we are based on the sun's location in adjacent to us?
Yeah, you can make a survival check if you wish, using your adding on your proficiency on top of that. Are you proficient in survival?
I have a +5.
Are you proficient in survival?
I don't know. I assume with a +5. Yes.
I believe you are.
Yes.
Beautiful. Yeah. So how do you help?
I was actually thinking about the sun, but I'll check the water currents. Sure.
There are no water currents
the
to check
winds,
here.
Then,
absolutely.
If there's like a northerly wind that I'm used to in the south or not.
Could you taste the water and get?
And how are you collaborating with Etterath on this? Is my question.
I'm assuming talking with him. Like if he's up on, I'm assuming. Are you on deck?
Yep.
Yeah. Cool. Then I'll just like.
Can you please roleplay how you're helping him?
The sun is rising in the west.
All right, roll survival with advantage, please, Hercules.
22.
22. Looking around with a 22, with the cold, this separation of islands here, you may have trekked past here, I'm not sure, but these are the strange collection of islands far north of Bocht and not too far west of Safirith. Left-hand side of the map. So you went down from Bocht down here, and now you're up here with Safirith here.
So we're far from Fianna then.
Yes, we've basically gone the exact opposite direction of Fianna.
You rolled one of my favorite storms.
Shit.
I saw places I didn't recognize, and I saw one place I recognized. It was the Great Lake in Fianna, but I don't think we're anywhere near Fianna. This is not anything I've ever seen before. What?
We were in Fianna at one point?
Or we saw it. I don't know, but yes.
Well, west of Safirith, north of Bocht. We just went the exact opposite fucking direction.
West of Safirith.
Northwest.
Shit.
Yeah. Small amounts of islands to the northwest, judging by the current of where the sun is. We just fucking bumped the opposite side of where we were going.
Right. Is that one of your doing, that bamfing?
No.
Not me.
No.
Do any of you follow anyone that does that sort of bamfing?
I'll roll a religion check.
You may.
At disadvantage. That is a 3 plus a 4, 7.
No idea. No idea who could have.
I don't follow anyone like that. And also, he probably wouldn't do that for me. Actually, this is probably something he fucking do. Just to piss me off. Anyway.
It wouldn't be like a defense mechanism. Something that someone set up to protect one of the little islands. I don't know.
Maybe. I don't know. I'm not familiar with anything like that. We've traveled down that way before without those sort of problems, but that wind and that rain got pretty violent for down that way, to be honest. Fibbers, you're from down that way. Is that a storm of the likes you've ever seen before?
Nay, Captain, I've not seen anything like it.
You said your hometown was not too far from there.
Not too far, but never seen any transporting ships or anything like that.
It'll be a shame we missed your hometown, won't it?
Do we remember what?
We were so close. We were so close.
Captain, do we remember where we came out of the portal? Maybe we go straight back through that area we came out of. Maybe we go back.
Head straight back down past Balked.
No, like turn around and go that literally where we appeared.
Oh,
back there with the boat.
Head back through that way.
Yeah, maybe the portal's still there.
What do we think?
I think we need repairs before we start doing something risky.
I'm agreeing with this guy. Crazy over here.
This guy.
Has anyone got cartographer's tools? Can anyone take down where we went through and we can try Force's idea?
No, I think I just got navigator's tools and thieves' tools.
Don't we have... No, Sorensen's a navigator.
We can head back. Yeah, Sorensen could probably remember where we're going, right?
I got no tools.
So Alpin,
yes!
do you have cartographer's tools? Have you finagled in mapping anything in your career as a knight?
I have successfully mapped battle scenarios. I've successfully mapped the way to a partner's heart, man, woman, creature. I can't say I've mapped Ocean before.
Creature? We will talk about that later. Right. All right. Thank you, sir.
No, thank you, sir.
He's got nothing.
Right. I don't have anything. No.
I'm a bit hesitant to repair in an unknown land. But if that's what you think we should do, I'm happy to. You're the precious cargo we're delivering. If you want us to pull over and try and repair, it's going to take a bit of time. We took a lot of damage.
Whatever that power was, it's bigger than any of us, so I don't think we can reverse it.
Maybe it is like set portals that, we went to certain different places, and maybe each of those places it's a two-way portal. So
right.
Maybe Force has a bright idea there. We could try.
It's worth a try, and it might close or something. Like it might be a special timing thing. So if we leave it might not be there.
We're close to Sibir, and I don't want to be caught on a beach with a beach ship. And
it's spelled with a B? Damn, I didn't know that.
What?
It's Irish.
Yes. Severe.
Sorensen does call out and say...
Nothing sounds like it's supposed to.
No.
Not English anyways.
God damn you guys. Sorensen calls out and says, yeah, I can see Severe through the looking glass here. They don't have many ships in the dock. We could probably head there and repair and get there in a day or two. Most of the ships still look like they're very far south, but other than that, it's uncharted waters, Captain.
Just hearing him say he can see Severe, Azorith just starts to get very stressed, and he starts to kind of fidget with his hands, sort of like cracking his knuckles, and just sort of starting to breathe heavier.
We need to make a decision. If we're going to pull over and repair, we do what we can. I can't say we're going to get much more than a quarter of the ship fixed, maybe a third of the ship fixed in this scenario, but we were hoping to properly beach. I'm not a fan of beaching here.
Are you wanting this ship? Is the port gonna arrest us if we stop in port?
Why would the port arrest us?
I don't know. Maybe you'll want a ship in Severe.
Maybe you what?
Maybe you're a wanted ship in Severe.
Oh, I mean, we picked up Milsa and what's
just because they're at war, Severe's
from
still a trading port. They'll happily take anyone. It's just if
they'll probably ask questions, though.
Oh, they definitely will.
We can say we were caught in a bad storm.
Or we go back through this portal.
I'm down for that.
All right, well, we can try it. Let's try it, see if it's still there, and if it's not...
Then 3 episodes of us planning on what to do is useless.
Exactly.
Gods are forcing.
You guys
our
rolled
hands.
a nat 20 and then rolled a fucking 1.
Yeah.
The gods are forcing our hands.
There are 8 different storms you can roll with a nat 20, and you rolled
that one.
Reverse. How do we reverse this thing? Captain, reverse.
Oh, watch and learn. And you watch, it just runs up and just grabs onto the wheel. And the ship lists and kind of spins. You hear it kind of groan in protest as some of the timbers crack. And as it swings around the other side, the sails catch and the ship launches towards the area which you approached. As you get closer and closer, you can see that there is a lump of land that's probably the size of like that garbage truck out there, pretty much. A lump of land, and he's looking at it, and the captain says, right, well, we should... Oh, good, yeah, do that. That's what people want to see. Any second now. Any second now.
Straight the land. Okay. We're going to hold it.
That blur comes over the front of the ship.
Oh, it fucking worked.
It hits your eyes, and your eyes crunch closed. As you open them, you find yourselves on the second ring of Ava, the ship in the center there. Immediately, people start going, "What the fuck? What the fuck?" And then, you disappear. You reappear again. And the ship lurches sideways. You can see an enormous volcano to the right of you. The captain goes, "Right, this is close enough." And then the ship bamps again. You reappear moving down a slope, an enormous river. You can see behind you the Neodract Falls. You guys basically have almost a bird's eye view as you launch down this enormous river from the top of a mountain. You can see to the left-hand side the complicated wastelands of Neodract. You see fire, you see explosions. To the right of you, you're essentially riding the border between Neodract and Safirith. To the right of you, you see many little humble towns, the city far off in the distance. Further again, these 12 tall towers that make your stomach go sick. Azorith. As you're screaming down, you come to a bend and you launch off the bend, cartoon style. And while you're in the air, you disappear again, and you land in the water. The water splashes up. Can I get someone to roll a D100 for me?
I'll do it. I'll take the blame.
I'm going to roll a con save.
I'll take the blame for this one.
I rolled a 8 con. I threw up.
57.
57. Okay.
Where are we now?
This is fun.
It's a fuck.
Let's just keep
It's like Disneyland.
Let's just go back into it.
Keep going until our
Again.
ship breaks.
Welcome to your tour of Jacalean.
Guardians of the Galaxy where they're like space jumping.
Yeah,
just getting warped.
Okay. You hit the water and waves splash. The ship cracks and splinters a little bit. Can I get someone to roll a D8 for me real quick?
I'll do it if nobody wants
Go
it.
for it. That was your D100. Oh, no.
Oh,
5.
Okay. Your ship takes 5 points of bludgeoning. Bring it.
We're down to 14.
With 14, the ship lands and rocks from side to side. You can see in front of you as your ship lands. Oh, this is ridiculous. As your ship lands, you find yourself in not quite a cove, but you find yourself with land to the left of you, behind you, to the right of you, and in front of you, a coastline that swings around. Behind you, there appears to be a tall-ish cliff, a cliff that's around 90 or so feet tall. There are taller cliffs. You can see that there are dark vegetation up there. There seems to be an eerie, sickly quality to it. To the right of you and moving around, it seems to lurch up into these enormous, tall, tower-like mountains that surround some sort of, what do you call a bit of land off the edge? What's Italy? It's like, a little nub of land.
That's a peninsula.
That's a peninsula?
Well, peninsula is just surrounded by water on 3 sides, like Florida would be a peninsula.
Yeah, okay, yeah. The peninsula is the water, though.
No, the peninsula is
the island.
The landmass.
Is the land.
Are you thinking
Sweet.
like a headland? Is that what you're thinking?
Yeah, like a headland. Yeah,
The peninsula is like an actual landmass kind of thing.
Okay, well, it's a peninsula. Yeah, I'll say it's a peninsula. That seems to be these enormous, tall mountains that are sheer. They seem to go up thousands of feet into a cloudy mass at the top. Mists that seem oddly familiar. And as you look out towards
Does it smell like feet?
it does. There's a smell of feet coming from right up top there. You find yourselves, if you're looking at the map, you find yourselves right near the H of Droktoliv, with Tortui, the mysterious land of Tortui, to the right of you.
Not what I was expecting.
Fuck. The darkness there behind you, Droktoliv. To the left of you, the civil war-ridden Neodract. And to the right of you, Fiona, a little distance away. As you land, water sloshing back and forth. You do see what seem to be a number of ships along the Neodract coast that are fighting. You hear cannon fire off in the distance. You see merchant vessels that seem to be going between Neodract and Fianna. You are here. Welcome.
Azorith pukes over the side of the
Shame
Captain
me.
does as well.
So do we like where we are? Want to go one more time?
No, our ship is gonna fucking fall into
No.
pieces.
How long would the war have been going on for at this point? The Civil War.
I would say you would be aware that the war has been going on for somewhere between a decade and 5 decades. Not ages. It's a fairly young war, but...
Azorith sort of wipes his mouth, turns to Safirith. You all right?
Yeah, I'm fine. Jesus.
Who?
Well. Oh, that's right.
Is that who's in your ring there? I didn't hear that.
He does have a beard though. Where that looks like Tortui, doesn't it?
This definitely looks more familiar. Are we better off here?
I mean, if it's Severe you're trying to avoid, we're pretty much out of sight of Severe, save for a small chunk of land just off the rear bow, the rear stern, the port side. I've not ever been to Jacalean, and no one's been to Tortui.
The Shadowlands give me the heebie-jeebies.
See, those are the ones I want to go to. See what happens in the Shadowlands. Why not?
Nobody comes back from the Shadowlands.
Yes.
How do you know?
Because they've never came back.
Maybe they come back as shadows and the one underneath you is someone from the Shadowlands.
I hope not.
It's impossible to predict what we do in the shadows.
Well, I think first things first, we've got to get this fucking ship fixed. Otherwise, we're all just going to be stranded.
So Shadowlands, great, we're going to the Shadowlands.
I mean, that's the closest place to dock. We could try and pull up beside Tortui, but the cliffs are too tall. We might be able to find a small bit of land near the edge of Jacalean, or we can try and limp on to Fianna. Fianna's only a 2-day sail from here, by the looks of it.
I'll tell you now, if we go to Fianna, we're going to be hunted. So it might not be the best choice.
What do you mean hunted?
I thought we were going there in the first place. Isn't that where I was taking you?
Was it? I thought we were going to the island down south.
We were going to the island down south in order to repair, to then head to Fianna.
Yeah, well, at least with a full ship, we can fight and get away if need be. But
True.
if you're stuck there with this ship.
Why, is the whole country up in arms and waiting for your return?
Yeah, you know, all my followers, they don't know it yet, but they're waiting for me. They're excited.
Right.
Well, there was the kind of takeover of the temple inside the Howling Ring, and there seemed to be some sort of strangeness going on with the temple and sending Carsony over, and so it might not be a good situation there.
Fianna.
Yeah, but in Fianna, because it's just the one tribe we know where you're from.
Yeah, you assume.
Okay.
I haven't gone too much into it.
But are there like towns or other places within Fianna where...
As far as I know, there's one town kind of where we would land that one of us might be from. And
We're not going back there just yet.
All right, well, first things first.
Okay, well,
Yes,
I know
let's
we're all trying to
fix the
avoid
ship.
our sordid backstory.
We need to fix the ship. If we go,
we
go due south a little bit just before we hit Tortui, there'll be a little beach that we can repair on.
Repair in Tortui?
No, just north of Tortui, not quite all the way, but just like
Right where Jacalean meets Tortui.
basically.
All right.
You sound unsure about that one, Captain.
I know there's a little
They're
place.
called the Shadowlands for a reason, and we've heard nothing about Tortui. Could be
Yes,
getting
just
into
before it, perfect place to hide in the shadows.
Agreed.
And he kind of spins the wheel and the ship heads towards the coastline of Jacalean onto Tortui. As you get closer to the coastline, it seems like everything's darkened and decaying off your starboard side there. You can see that the cliff line kind of dips to about 40 feet and 30 feet up again. It's a very jagged, nasty kind of place. You can see that there are sections of stone and rock that kind of come out that waves crash up against. But indeed, as Jacalean meets Tortui there in the center, you would see it dip down right before you hit these enormous cliffs, almost like a ring of sponge fingers in a cake.
Not what I was expecting.
Australian reference.
What, not
I'm
just
trying to
like,
picture.
like candles or like little dollops of whipped cream on a cake. There's other more-
they're more like sponge fingers,
That's a very
like dead straight
like
up in the
circular
air. Yeah,
at the
they've got
top?
kind of jagged. Well, you can't see the tops of them, but they shoot up in the air thousands of feet.
Kind of like the Giant's
Monolithy.
Causeway in Ireland, kind
It's a
of
big
like
cake.
formations.
Never been.
Never been?
No.
Great.
Is it?
Cool. Yeah, cool rocks and shit.
field trip to
Nice.
Ireland.
Field trip to Ireland.
meet
Field
Daelyn
trip
out
to
on the
field
Maybe
trip to
People
England.
sign up to our Patreon. Go home to Ireland.
We'll go on field trips.
Yeah.
It's this weird ring of enormous cliff-like mountains, mountain-like cliffs or cliff-like mountains. These enormous sheer-faced rocks that kind of surround Tortui. And as you kind of pull up down towards the edge of the Shadowlands where it meets these instant, impossibly tall chunks of mountain, the captain drops the anchor and says, right, I'm not docking there until it's been checked out. I'm sorry. It needs to be looked at. We can't just pull up there and beach the ship and work on the hull without looking at it first.
There might be at least a bit of a dock left if it still is.
Right. Well, if you don't mind.
Swan dive.
I guess we don't have a small ship that we could row over.
You do. You have a dinghy on the side.
Oh,
Right.
shall we
Well,
all?
About as fast as it.
How deep's the water? Can I see the bottom?
Make a perception check for
Want
me.
to do the whole whale thing again? That
The
was
one
fun.
and the two.
I mean, it was fun, but I'd like to save
One's
it in
a nat
case
20,
I
one's
need
a
to
7, so
fight
wait,
something.
12. Sorry, 12.
Looking down, you can see you're only about 40, 50 feet from the rocky kind of cliff that blends into this very small grove of a beach, and then the enormous sheer cliffs. Looking down, you can see that it's kind of deep and rocky. You gather that you could probably dive in. You wouldn't be able to stand up in there, but it's got to be 15, 20 feet deep where you are.
Okay. Well, if I can't stand up in there, I'll wait for the boat.
Swan dive.
Okay, the rest of you are jumping in the boat there.
Yeah.
Excellent. Okay. Hopping in the dinghy as it's being lowered down. Etterath, you jump into the water there. It is cool, but not too cold. And as you swim your way over there, you do detect that there are little fish that kind of...
Can I look around for fins?
Yeah, you can make a fin check if you want.
So, got some PTSD.
Perception?
Yeah.
17.
17. Excellent. With a 17, looking around, you don't detect any fins. You do still hear the cannon fire off in the distance. Like you can hear the war continuing on between the two nations. With a 17, looking down at the ocean, no sign of any disturbance. Looking up in the tree line there are birds and things that appear to be moving through. There is movement in the dark, shadowy, vine-like forest there.
Are they vines or snakes? We'll never know.
So far, so clear. Just
As we're rowing towards the beach, can I make a nature sort of, nature thing to just kind of, if I would know of any reason how a cliff like this would form?
Yeah, go ahead.
so Alpin, guard the ship.
4 with a disadvantage roll.
4 with a disadvantage roll. Looking at it, maybe it was placed there. Maybe someone's just gone, I'm going to build a little rock wall around this island.
Damn gods, can't trust them to do anything decent.
As you call out to Sir Alpin, he kind of rushes to the side and leans over the edge and goes, my liege! And he starts to take off his
No,
armor.
I command you. Guard the ship. They need a strong warrior on board.
What if you need me, sir?
Then I will beckon and call to you, and then you can... But right now you need to guard
I'll
the
be
ship.
waiting on your call.
Yes.
God, your boyfriend's got attachment issues.
Yeah.
You didn't tell us that you had a partner.
Right. Well,
So wait, that's your new friend. Cordina said you'd made friends.
Oh yeah, very good friend.
while we're all here, if Quadina ever says...
I'm a bottom!
if Quadina ever says, if you want to pull a card from her deck, just be cautious because that's what I got when I pulled one.
What do you
That's a
mean?
new kind
Pull
of-
the card from her
That's
deck.
a new kind of
Is
STI
that also
I've
a
heard of.
euphemism?
No, it was a literal deck of cards, and apparently she's been pulling them this whole time, lost a fortune, had to fight a beast of some sorts, and she mentioned something about it. She's missing 4 of them, and if you collect them all, there was something about
Talk about a magic deck of cards.
How did you even hear me under there?
From under the floor, you hear, yes, I am.
If you collect them all, you get some
tail.
Powerful. You know of this?
Those fucking sailors tell stories about just about fucking anything.
Well, this
Didn't think they were real.
This one seems fucking real as helping.
Note to self.
So that you pulled a card and then it made this man be your friend.
Did you wish for a boyfriend?
I didn't wish. It wasn't a wish. It wasn't a wish. No. Yes, I think it's just random, and each card has its own consequences or benefits.
Well, at least you won't be lonely anymore, hey? No, just bad.
So does he know he's your friend just because of
I don't know. I
Machin?
haven't really
Did he have a choice in the matter?
I haven't really. Did he ever really hashed it out? I don't know.
Is he a real person, or was he created from you pulling that card?
Yeah, did he come from this land and just like zoop out of the land, or?
I don't know.
So you've had this man for like 12 hours. You haven't said one word to him.
I was trying to process other things.
You
but
just
I will
ordered
get
him
to
around and been your little bitch.
Yes, because I
Own a
thought.
person.
Why am I getting shit for this? All right, it wasn't my fault.
You didn't
Trying
ask
to
any
understand.
questions.
I'm detecting my liege is in pain.
Like everyone, just he's very sensitive to my sensitivity.
He can feel it.
I can see you in stress, my liege.
And
You're only like 40 feet away from him.
Azorith will just sort of like wave and be like, and give him a thumbs up.
You know what? Maybe start asking questions. You all joke at me for asking questions, but I learn a lot of shit. Ask questions of things that happen.
In due time, I will.
Don't just accept them because they happened.
I did ask questions, and that's how I come to the conclusion that he's being pulled from this magical deck of cards. I think that's a good start.
Wait, he was inside the cards.
I don't know.
Well, this is the question that you should probably ask. Where is he from?
Watch the rocks.
He's from Neodrak.
So he's from Neodrak. Okay, quick. We have an answer.
You
His whole battalion and everything.
You beach on the very, very kind of crumbly, rocky sand, like a silt, as you hit there. Etterath, you're still in the water. No temperature change, and as you kind of put your feet on the ground, they do sink a little bit, like there's a little bit of sinkage. And as you kind of step up, you can see that this grey, silty beach leads onto these very spiky kind of clovery fern like leaves and trees and stuff. There's no grassland. It is like immediately forest in front of you, about 15 or so feet from where the water line gives way to the silt, gives way to the forest there. And as you step off, it is very quiet. You can kind of hear the wind whistling through the trees. You watch as wind blows through the trees blow in succession, quick succession, like one after the other. They move like a wave in a stand.
Can I see any creatures on the beach, or does it look like there's anything alive?
You can go ahead and make a quick perception check if you wish.
Well, sure. Thank you. M11.
11. Looking around, you see the telltale signs of like crabs that have burrowed, that, you know, they kind of corkscrew their way in. They go and they dig straight down. You can see the little crab holes in the forest there. You don't see any animals. You can hear cooing of birds and the rustling of leaves. Like this whole Shadowlands is alive, but you don't really detect much else.
Is Cotton Eye Joe's owner with us?
No, it was
on the ship.
You.
Aureus is in charge, yeah.
Captain's on the boat, right?
No, I mean, you.
Not on the dinghy. Like,
Are you on?
Is Fibbers here?
Yeah.
Are you asking?
No, it was just us that
just
jumped
us.
to the dinghy. Unless he swam along
I was like, is he? Is he not? I don't know. No, he wasn't.
Well met. My name is Sir Alpin.
Aye, nice to meet you. Welcome to our ship. I didn't see you get on board.
Are you Brooklyn?
Brooklyn, no. Who be Brooklyn?
Brooklyn is who I'm charged to protect my liege from.
Brooklyn eventually.
Who be your liege?
Oh, that would be Sir Azorith.
The pointy-eared one.
The pointy-eared one, that would be correct. Yes.
I see.
Yes.
They've caused a lot of trouble since they got on board now.
Have they?
Oh, I go and look at the ship.
I mean, it still floats.
It
Does it
does
not?
indeed. It does indeed. I like your positivity.
Yes, don't look a gift horse in the mouth.
I get out of the boat and start walking up the beach.
Excellent. You step off onto the beach.
Shield out.
Your shield bamps out. Good. As your shield bamps out, you kind of march along. It's weird. The forest, as the forest moves along, it doesn't seem to dissipate or doesn't seem to become more sparse as it hits the edge of that enormous cliff wall there. The forest seems to go all the way up and to the side of it. And as you look around, Force, if you want to make a perception check for me.
The first one is a 2, and the second one's a 2, so that would be a 7.
With a 7, you don't hear the sound of footsteps slinking through the forest there. You don't hear that the leaves are being brushed and pushed aside. You don't hear the sniffing of air, the clanking of wooden tools and instruments bumping against each other.
Well, you guys hurry up. Come on. Got to make sure that it's safe. Get out of the boat. Come on.
Out of the boat. I'm pulling it on
And as a dozen pair of eyes peek at you through the darkened Shadowlands, we're going to go ahead and leave it there.
What are you all looking at me for? What, got something on my nose?
With his back to you.
Theater of the Mind Flayer.
Thanks for listening to Theater of the Mind Flayer.
We go live on all good podcast app every Tuesday at what time?
I don't know. Do you know?
No.
Every time?
All the times, 2 a.m., 7 p.m. If you like what you heard,
Leave us a review on whatever podcast app you're listening to.
and if you didn't like it, then
Then turn it off and never listen to it again.
no, they could turn it on and listen to it again and find something better about it, and they actually like it.
That works.
Reach out to us on Twitter at mindflayer_pod and
Instagram at Theater of the Mind Flayer.